While some may advocate for the relaxation of drug laws, including marijuana, at the state level, the federal government must maintain its stance of drug prohibition for the following critical reasons: public health concerns, societal safety, economic consequences, and the need for consistent regulation. The federal government's role is crucial in maintaining a unified national approach, preventing the rise of public health crises and ensuring the safety of all citizens across state lines. One of the most compelling reasons to maintain federal drug prohibition is the direct impact on public health. Studies have shown that widespread drug availability can lead to the increase in addiction rates, overdose, and mental health issues. For example, the opioid epidemic, which has claimed hundreds of thousands of lives in the United States, demonstrates the dangerous effects of more accessible illicit drugs. Legalizing drugs at the federal level could result in an increase in number of users, making it harder to combat addiction, and it could put additional strain on public health resources. Drugs are not confined to state borders. They can travel across state lines, affect communities far beyond the jurisdiction of any one state. A state-by-state approach to drug legalization could lead to inconsistent laws that make it difficult to combat the illegal drug trade across the entire nation. For example, while some states legalize marijuana or other substances, illegal trafficking and production could continue to thrive in states where drugs remain illegal, creating a black market for unregulated and potentially dangerous drugs. Moreover, federal drug laws provide uniform standards for policing, law enforcement, and border control. The DEA plays a significant role in overseeing and enforcing these laws at the national level. Legalizing drugs at the federal level may create an economic windfall for certain sectors, including taxation and retail industries, but it comes with significant long-term costs. According to a report by the National Institute of Drug Abuse, or the NIDA, the economic costs of illicit drug use in the United States include expenses related to healthcare, law enforcement, lost productivity, and other social consequences. Legalizing drugs could lead to a temporary economic benefit, but the broader societal costs may outweigh these benefits, particularly with the rise in addiction rates, healthcare burdens, and societal disruptions. I gotta cut that out. For instance, the increase in addiction could lead to higher rates of workplace accidents and loss of productivity. In states that have legalized marijuana, such as Colorado, some of the anticipated benefits have been tempered by increased costs in drug-related car accidents, workplace injuries, and other public health issues. While proponents argue that legalization would generate tax revenue, the long economic consequences could be far-reaching, especially when factoring in the increased strains on public health systems and the law enforcement resources. At the state level, we are already seeing inconsistencies in the way drugs are handled. Oregon's Measure 110, which decriminalized small amounts of all drugs, serves as a prime example of the complexity and confusion that arises when states attempt to address drug policy independently of federal law. While it aimed to shift the focus from punitive measures to treatment, Measure 110 faced significant challenges, including a lack of adequate treatment infrastructure and funding. It was repelled, signaling the difficulty of maintaining such progressive policies without a cohesive federal framework for support. The United States had a long-standing global role in the fight against drug trafficking and has historically maintained strong support for international drug control agreements. Legalizing drugs at the federal level could undermine international efforts to combat the global drug trade, especially in countries where drugs like cocaine and heroin are major social and economic issues. Countries in Latin America, Africa, and Asia rely on U.S. cooperation in drug enforcement, and shift in U.S. policy might weaken international efforts to control the production, trafficking, and distribution of illegal substances. The federal government's responsibility to protect with the health and safety of its citizens necessitates maintaining federal drug law. Public health concerns, social safety, and economic consequences all support the position that drugs should remain illegal at the federal level. Repealing drug laws at the federal level could take away issues like addiction, public health crisis, and interstate crime while undermining national safety and international drug control efforts. The sources I used for this were the American Psychiatric Association, the National Institute on Drug Abuse, the U.S. Drug Enforcement Administration, Victim Costs and Consequences, A New Look, National Institute of Justice, as well as Assessing the Effects of Medical Marijuana Laws on Marijuana and Alcohol Use, a review of literature.